Hey everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Jake Builds. This week we're doing another one of the Witch from Mercury kits. This one is Guel's Dilanza, or I think it is Guel's, if I'm reading that correctly. So yes, this is part of episode 1, the first duel that the Gundam Aerial has in the series. This is the mobile suit that gets torn to sunders. I don't think I've ever said this, but I'm a big fan of big, bulky, just mobile suits. I love them a lot. You know, they share a very special place in my heart as just being a tank. But of course, this one isn't much of a tank considering it gets, spoiler alert, ripped apart in the first freaking episode. But we can wish that they can be tanks, but getting into the box here, of course, we have the wonderful illustrations of the Witch from Mercury kits. Not only do we see this with the Gundam Aerial, but now we see it with Guel's Dilanza. It is just beautiful. It is awesome. Now, going to the side of the box, we see all the stuff that it can do. It's got a beam rifle and a beam torch, which apparently is not a beam saber, as you can see right there. It's also got this great big ass pike or staff. I believe that is actually the beam torch that they're talking about. That's pretty cool. And then of course over here we have a beam blade with an effect part for the beam partisan. Okay, so as I'm putting together here, the long staff here is the beam torch, and that this is the beam partisan, as it's right here. So that's pretty cool. Along with, of course, having a beam rifle. Over here in the box, we have a smaller look at the Dilanza. And of course, over here we have some full pic of the Dilanza, fully put together, along with its pilot, Guel Jeterock. Yeah. And it says here, heir to the Jetrock Heavy Machinery, one of 3 branches of the Barrett Group, head of the dueling committee of the Astricia School of Technology, he is recognized as a school's best pilot, donated by title of holder at the time when Suletta enrolls. Suletta, sorry. So apparently he's the best dueler. He gets fucking destroyed in the first episode. Yeah, I love it when that happens. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and pop it open, get the runners out, and talk about them. Starting now. Alright, so we just got unpacked, and now we're gonna take a look at the runners in this kit, which actually look pretty freaking awesome. So, start off, this is runner A. As you see here, it's the multicolored runner. Parts of the little head thingy. I don't really know the bonnet. I'm not sure what you call that, but it's the little fluffy thing up on top. Looks like this is part of the chest backpack. There you go. And the sort of teal sections in the kit as well, which I actually love this color right here. I love the color they chose, because even got a little piece right there. All of it's just really, really good. I like the look of this already. So that's runner A. It looks like it's a dark gray, dark-ish brown-ish, along with the white and the sort of teal and the yellow here. This is really cool. I really like that. We'll probably see that more with the other Dilanza that I have coming soon. Next one is runner B, which it looks like it's got quite a bit going on. As we see here, we have bits for the beam rifle, the hands right here. Looks like the magazine for the beam rifle. Not too sure what these are. Don't know. Looking forward to that. Parts of the feet, Actually, I'm not too sure what the rest of this is. Looks like also the arms as well. But it's also molded in the same sort of dark color that A Runner has. It's kind of a glossy look. Or sort of like a glossier dollar look. It's odd. On to what this kit is mostly comprised of. Most of that's just the inner frame. This next color is the bulk of this kit, which is this sort of purplish red color. I do like the look of this color a lot. This is sort of like a rose purple. It's I don't know, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Of course, we have bits of the arms, the head here, the legs, which are actually the thickest part of this thing. Of course, we have the front skirts right here, and I think this is the back skirt. Yeah, I really love this color. I really do. Now, moving on to the last of the runners, of course, which is D1 and E, which we'll get to in just a second. Of course, this looks like the sort of shoulder pylons. This looks like that beam torch. Looks like it's about 3 parts. Shoulders. I don't know what this one is. Well, I guess we're about to find out. This is, of course, the head crest, which looks very interesting. It's got this almost regal look, which is interesting. I like the look of the Dilanza. Oh, most of the other kits in the Witch from Mercury line, because I've been looking at quite a few of them, they all have this very odd, like, angular or sort of soft, round look. It's very different than what you see in many other shows, which are very, again, very boxy and angular. Same thing we saw with the Gundam Aerial, which hers is more rounded and it's got the sharp edges compared to the RX-78-2 or the Gundam Exia, so on and so forth. These kits are just odd. They're very out of what you would usually call the boxy Gundam and more rounded and sharp. I like the way that the Witch from Mercury kits look. Finally, moving on to Runner E, which these are the beam effect ports. Ports? Yes. Beam effect ports? No. So this one's for the beam Parthanax, or Partzak, I think. And this one's for the beam torch. I love these already. They are very fluorescent green. Like, fluorescent clear green. Makes me wonder what they would look like with a gloss top coat or like a matte top coat. I wonder what that would look like. But yeah, I love this. Anyway, with that being said, and with all the runners ready and looked at and ready to go, I say let's get building. And that's it. This is Guel's Dilanza. Now, already again, especially with the Witch from Mercury line, there's a lot going on here that I really, really like. So, it is a big, bulky kit, like what we saw on the box. But this kit's got a lot going on. It doesn't have a whole lot of articulation, but it does have a lot of cool features going for it. And I've also noticed that a lot of Witch from Mercury kits don't have side skirts at all, which is odd. But of course, this is a new series, new mobile suits and everything. But let's go ahead and go over some of the articulation that this thing has and some of its weaponry. So the upper arms, it can go up like that. It's not going to go up any further, but the arm can go up pretty darn far. The, of course, shoulders have articulation here. And, of course, you can spin these along with popping them up like that. That's pretty cool. The head can turn there and gets blocked by a lot of the big shoulders. Which is, this thing is big. Turns sort of like that. It does get blocked a lot, and there's also the problem of this. This is a problem. I can't, for the life of me, get this darn thing in here. So, for it to actually stick, I might have to just do some, a little bit of a modification to get it in there fully. But this thing's got a lot of cool things. You can actually store the beam rifle in this arm piece right here. The chest actually has some really neat articulation. It can go forward like that and then back up. The front skirts rise and lower like that. And the legs probably go like... Move that out of the way for the time being. It's just... getting in the way for the time. Go like that, but that's outside of the side skirts. Like so. Come back down. And actually, these side skirts really don't do much. They're basically there to look good. That's about it. They're blocking it. Even if you bring it up, it still doesn't get a lot of forward motion out. The knee bend is pretty cool. You can get it pretty good right there. I do not a big fan of that little hollow bit right there, but that's just a personal thing. Everything about this is just really, really cool. Like I said, I really like the Witch from Mercury kits. This big butt flap, the color separated vernier right here in the back, the big old spikes, the little like flower, like feathery thing up there. It's just nice. It's just cool. And of course, we also have a action base adapter or action base plug right there. The bottoms of the feet actually look pretty detailed, if you can see that. Other than that, it's a really, really good kit. It just doesn't have a whole lot of articulation going on, which is to be expected. A lot of bulky kits don't, or a lot of bulky mobile suits and bulky like high grades don't have a lot of articulation going on. It'll probably look pretty good once it's on an action base. But, you know, it looks cool. I like it. I like the color that it has. I do definitely say that if you're just single snapping this off of the runners, you will have marks. If you could see that. Yeah. Because also it shows up a little bit more because it's a darker color. So darker colors usually mark quite a bit. But yeah, that has been Jake Builds Guel's Guel's Dilanza. And yeah, it's a fun build. I highly recommend it. If you can get your hands on it, get it. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, I've been Jake, it's not okay. I appreciate all of you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye now.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. up above